is the next morning. That's all drying out very nicely there. And today we are, I am going to be tackling the rest of it. And this is the most fun section. So you've got 3 triangles that all meet at the top there. So there's a nice details. You've got fun details to plaster, both corners, bottom corners of the triangles, and also at the top there where you can see all the angles meet. They're not quite as straightforward as perhaps some people might think. So to make it easier, I'm going to use a trowel, a rounded trowel. Now I've actually not got a rounded trowel, so I have this spare trowel. It's a flexible trowel. I don't know if you can see that there. So this is actually a spare old one. It's slightly damaged, so I don't use it anymore. It's not very good for polishing, but this bit here, if I cut this around here with an angle grinder and then sand it all smooth down, in theory, that would then be a very nice for that corner there to go right into there, and that'll just help shine it up. Alternatively, you can do a sponge finish, so you sort of get the plaster in there as best you can, and then as it pulls in you can sort of go over it with a paintbrush or a sponge. That works quite well, but let's see how this goes. Yeah, first coat is on, so you see there obviously it's quite rough. That's used about a full bag and a half of gear. It's deceptively thick in places. You really want to let this stuff go off. Let that first coat tighten in. I've washed out all the buckets. I've just mixed up the second coat. I'm going to give it all a flatten now. This sort of work that we're doing here, that I'm doing here, is probably up there with some of the most technical work you'll get in domestic settings. You really need to be quite confident and experienced in your skills to do something like this particular one. I've been doing it so long now, this is fun for me. I quite enjoy these because I find it a bit more challenging. I find anyone can do, you see that little bog standard wall over there? Anyone that's half handy with a trowel or physically capable can do that. But this type of area actually requires skill, knowledge, practice. You've got to really know what you're doing to get something like this looking good. So yeah, excited to see how it's going to turn out. this is a flexi trowel. This is only really thin steel. It's strong to do that on a thicker steel trowel. Bit of an experiment, but we'll see how it works. All on now, and it's looking good. Now this is a lot for me, so I could probably flatten it straight away, as this is 2 bags of gear just for this. Would normally do 20 square meters. Just to give you an idea, this is not 20 square meters. Off the top of my head, it's probably more like 12 to 15 possibly. But the curves can eat up some of the beads. Some of the walls they're not perfect, so I've eaten up a bit of gear in different spots around this ceiling, just getting it a bit better. But I think I'm going to risk it, going to grab myself a coffee and then give it a flatten and crack on with the troweling up. Well, if you don't know by now, you should know. I love my mushroom coffee. An absolute disaster this morning. I make it the same way as normal coffee. We ran out of milk. Some of you, I'm sure, love black coffee. I will tolerate it, but not the best. This has now had its dry trowel. This has kept me very busy. I will be completely honest with you. So the areas people typically struggle with on this tend to be where the corners meet. So you see right in there, and there's another right at the top there where the light is, and then there's another fun detail right over there. So I tend to get it as best I can with my trowels, and then I will work it with a paintbrush, and also I'll use a sponge as it firms up, and then you can just see there, it's got some sponge lines. It will have one more soft sponge over the top, where my trowels, even my curved flexible trowel, doesn't quite fit in. And then, depending on what the customer would like, or the painter and decorator, they may sand and pop a little bit of filler in. I'm very happy with these. I don't think that's necessary. But I suppose we'll see how it looks once it's painted. The first coat of paint, the first white mist coat as they call it, is a really good indicator. Once you've got that on, you can pop round with a light if you're wanting a perfect wall, just to check for any hollers and fillers. If a professional plasterer's done it, there shouldn't be many. You certainly shouldn't have to be using bags and bags of filler. Maybe the odd little bit. No one's perfect, but I'm very happy with that for now, and we'll crack on. Finished now. It just wants a dry trowel in a few minutes, and then this, actually, because this is a builder's extension, there really isn't, I mean, I have still protected the floor, but the clear up should be really straightforward. I'm just going to fold it all up. Depending on how bad this is, I might throw it away. Yeah, and then we're done. Fantastic.
I love it.